Millennials are the most educated generation in history, and the first one expected to earn less than their parents. An entire generation did exactly what they were told, checked every box, and still ended up locked out of the life their parents had without even trying. That's not bad luck. That's a psychological experiment no one agreed to. People born between 1981 and 1996. They were told, study hard, go to college, get a good job. Effort equals outcome. So they followed the script, word for word. Then they graduated into the 2008 recession. Jobs gone. Rules changed. Nobody updated the instructions. Pew Research confirmed millennials are the first modern generation expected to be worse off than their parents. Not a subgroup, the whole generation. Their parents bought houses on one income. Millennials need two incomes, and a landlord who hasn't raised the rent this year. The brain doesn't handle this quietly. Psychologists call it cognitive dissonance, when what you were promised and what you got don't match. You were told you're special. Then you can't make rent. It's like your brain running two programs that crash each other, and you can't close either one. But here's where it gets stranger. Gene Twenge found millennials score higher on narcissism than previous generations, but also higher on anxiety and depression. Confidence and self-doubt running at the same time, on repeat. A trauma response with a resume. Facebook launched in 2004. Instagram in 2010. Millennials got social media right when they were building an identity. Tim Kasser's research shows when people measure their worth in likes, mental health drops. Hard. Marriage, house, kids. Millennials want all of it. But the money isn't there. People hit 35 still sitting in a waiting room for adult life. Except the waiting room is a studio apartment that costs $2,000 a month. Psychologists call this allostatic load. Your body stays stressed, preparing for a moment that never arrives. There's a term, schema disruption, when your core beliefs about how the world works get broken. You believed effort leads to reward. Then it didn't. When that happens to a generation, you get a complete rewiring of how millions relate to work, institutions, and the idea of a stable future. That's why millennials are both idealistic and deeply cynical. They believe things should be fair. They just no longer believe they will be. So here's what you're looking at. A generation raised on impossible expectations, hit with economic instability at the worst moment, handed social media that turned identity into performance, locked out of adulthood milestones, and then told, "Why are you so anxious?" They responded how any human would when the map doesn't match the road. They're not broken. The GPS was wrong, and nobody's offered them a new one.